Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't understand.
The thing I'm most proud of, though, is you and I have a head-on collision with that little thing you bought from overseas, and then I had a E-flite.
Yeah, I also had a head-on with Charlie Pierce.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually saw that.
Yep.
What's nice about your head-on and mine was I actually have it on video.
Yeah, it don't make it any nicer though.
That was a light head-on. Yours actually did fine. It killed mine.
Yeah, and Charlie's killed mine too.
All right, taking off. Look at that thing. Holy crap. I'm like Eric, I like it having a little pull-up. Actually, I didn't do the five things right that Scott had asked us to give an opinion on. There were supposed to be some that were challenging, some not challenging, whatever, but yeah. So we're supposed to be getting rained on. I have 5 bars of 5G and I can't see crap on radar, but I do see that the skies are getting a little dark back to my west, so might be standing down because of the rain. If that's true, I don't know. I come out here mostly for the camaraderie, and Eric and I would have caught up by now. He told me that the Don Lowe thing went fine. He's going to go through Don Lowe's stuff with his Don Lowe's son. I asked Eric if he was going to end up with about 5,000 planes. He said no, he got the planes that he wants, but I suspect Eric's going to come away with about 1 million planes. I turned him on to Cali Graphics, which is responsible for some of the finest graphics on these guys' planes out here that get a little pedantic about wanting their invasion stripes exactly as the planes would have let on. So she'll do whatever you want. You just got to tell her and what scale you want. Cali Graphics. Had to replace one ESC on here. I think I'd overburdened it finally with a heavier prop, but it was fun. You know, I put an APC on here and it eventually killed it. So I bought another ESC for 15 bucks or whatever, 20 bucks. You get them from Amazon actually. Little Steve Flies Low action. So yeah, I'll probably give the Turbo Timber a flight, one more flight.
High rates. Middle rates.
A fun plane. So what we'll do prior to leaving is I'll load up all my planes, all my electronics, everything in the rig, clothing, I mean everything. I'm only carrying a very specific type of clothing with me to Europe.
30 seconds.
And by specific type of clothing, I mean landing.
Throttle hold.
I mean Columbia wear. See ya. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna load that thing up and be ready to go. We'll actually move out into our house about a week prior to leaving and live in the rig. Then my neighbors leave just a few days later.
Telemetry recovered. Telemetry lost.
Just hang out with me and we'll go ahead and do one more flight together. I hate to leave here.
Switch warning.
If it starts raining real good, I'll load up, and I've got, I mentioned this already, I've got a $500 part for the rig. It's I have two awnings. I have a big awning, and it's still salvageable. That thing's 20 feet long. My small awning has died, and I've got to replace it. I really need to look up how to replace it. I have a very good idea how to do it, but I need to look it up. They're spring loaded. Coming out. We have a jet guy. I wonder if he goes 100 miles an hour. Taking off. I've got to glue my thing back on. Thing being a technical term. Yeah, I got some video of Eric's Flex. That'll be cool to show. Pretty cool airplane. It's big. Said he still has, I think I asked the question on video, I'm sure I did. He still has this big carbon. He wanted to sell me one of them, and I would have loved to have bought one had I, it'd come with a battery. Had I been here all the time, but I'm just not. And honestly, I don't have room. You know, I'm trying to make 100% certain I don't overbuy. Or the one guy.
5 minutes.
Turbo. What the one guy say on RCG had 51 or 61 planes on his radio. Not me. Obviously, you can't fly those throughout the year. You'd have to have some crazy discipline. And there again, if these folks want to just collect stuff to be collecting them, that's great. That's just not my bag, man. I am not into collecting and not using. As it is, there's some planes I haven't used. The Convergence, scared of that thing. Only fly at FPV, and I don't know that my radio or my crappy goggles would have a sensitive enough receiver to catch that thing.
4 minutes.
Flying it out here, I'm afraid I'd end up flying it and lose visual, and I can't fly at line of sight. The bitch just crashes. In fact, I need to ask Eric about his. He flew his line of sight for a long time. I couldn't. I think what I end up doing is they don't want you to flip the switches or give any inputs as it's transitioning flight, and unfortunately I tend to want to do that. I can't break myself of it, so I end up touching buttons when I shouldn't be. And that's a bad thing. Button touching when you shouldn't be. Who else out there watches me and I forget? The Rowdies, of course. Shout out to the Rowdies. Get a little wind from the south. And quiet for a three-bladed prop. A little gray out there. I need to fly back to my left. Touch and go. Not really. Wind's getting up a little bit. It's getting rotary because of the little system that's coming back from behind my back. I guess it's out of water, but it's not out of wind. I can feel the cold coming from behind it.
2 minutes.
Come down with 14% earlier. Touch and go. So yeah, I'll go get my awning, pray to God that it's the right size, because I get these wrong all the time. I mean all the time. I think the way it works is the canister that it rolls up on has to have little locks in it. And you'll slide a little tiny screwdriver or your Harbor Freight dental pick, that's what I call it, into it, and that does it. And that holds the spring, and then you can go ahead and drill out one of the ends with a pop rivet,
1 minute.
where the pop rivet goes, and make sure that jet guy ain't wanting to get out here.
Seconds.
Yeah, I gotta get out of the sky.
Seconds.
Now which way is it blowing? Toward me from the east? Whatever. We're gonna land north to south.
10, 9, 8, 7.
And that gives me a
6,
cushion
5,
of about
4,
14% when I land.
2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
Landing! Get a little breezy. Clear. All right, back in a bit. Good morning, children. It's your old pal Brian. It's February 5. Is it? Is it? And
Battery critical. Low battery. -3.
I'm out at RCACF, and we're the Royal We.
Throttle active. Throttle active. 12.5 volts.
Take the puddle star up for a fly. Now, excuse me, I have terrible allergies today. I know I always have allergies, whatever. But yeah, let's see how the puddle star does. I swear it died on me twice out here. but it was a real windy day, and as such,
11.7 volts.
it might have smacked it down. You know, these things are light. It only weighs however many grams it weighs. And when I got to it, the motor ran both times, so we'll see if it's anomalous or not. Got a rain event coming here in the next 20-30 minutes. I can't tell. My radio clock is wildly inaccurate typically.
11.9 volts.
I was using it for time. So what else is new? Got friends coming this weekend. Had a great time last weekend with friends. Best friend in the world is one with a boat. And conversely, if you're in need of a designated driver, you got me. So literally, so he could have a good time, my buddy with a beautiful $60,000 boat sent me a text and he says, I really would like your company Saturday, which is code for come on out and let's have a designated driver. So best I can tell, 6,000 hours on boats under 24 feet is what I've ran my whole life. So yeah, having your own concierge, Peppy the boat boy, is really beneficial to people.
11.6
And it
volts.
keeps me from buying a boat. I'll probably never buy a boat. Because all we do, even when I had a boat, all we did was boat with him and his wife, so. What else? I took a picture of my OnStar Chevrolet app on my phone that said no problems. I swear to God, later that day, the engine light turned on. It must know. And it says there's some type of cooling issue, which is never correct. It didn't say it on the app, by the way. It says it's good to go on the app, but big old check engine light comes on my fucking truck. So the truck says it's happy. The app says it's happy. Now the truck, I mean, in that there's no
11.6
other than
volts.
check engine light on the truck, there's no errors. Usually it'll light up like a Christmas tree when it gets freaked out. So I called OnStar off of my truck, and it says that it's some type of cooling issue, which it's so funny. They put a man on the moon and brought him back live, and they never get that right. Never. Whatever it says, they got nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
11.2 volts.
It's just terribly disappointing. So I think it's DEF. That's diesel exhaust fluid. I think that's the issue. And somehow there's a sensor bad, maybe in the tank, whatever. But I've been able to avoid the $2,000 tab because they've picked up the tab on these through either natural warranty or extended warranty on how unbelievably bad their DEF systems are. So we'll see. The bottom line is it may be finally, because there was this mountain my wife and I drove up to, Mount something another, Marshall or something other, the highest mountain in the United States you can drive up to. And we met some bikers up top, and one of them owned a diesel shop. And he said, it sucks, this is about 4 years ago, it sucks, but basically, whenever you come in for a DEF issue, it's $2K. So you can just go ahead and go ahead and peel out $2,000, because that's what it's going to be. So I'm waiting and ready to cough up $2,000 for this bit of misery, but you know, what are you going to do? On to the next thing. George, Asir, Captain Crunch. Who else have I been missing? It's the ubiquitous guys that I end up missing. Fergie and Angie, his lovely wife. What else? Whom else? I guess this thing is doing just fine. just pooped the deck on me last time, and I don't know. It seems to be flying, so I might have just been getting smacked down or something by wind. The other day it was really windy. It's fun to fly these things in the wind. Yeah, so over the weekend had a really nice time boating. Saturday, Sunday, it was supposed to rain all day, and it did not. It rained in the morning, and wife and I
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 11.3.
had a blast hanging out by the pool, just she and I. Got friends coming Friday, Saturday, leaving Sunday. The weather's going to be exquisite, and we'll be hanging out by the pool all day both days. It's going to be hottest it's been. It'll be 75, 76 degrees Saturday. Going to be doing some grilling Friday evening, hamburgers. Saturday, I'm going to put in for barbecue chicken. We'll see what they say. The husband thinks he wants to grill, so.
Low battery.
I guess this thing's flying fine. I didn't want to fly it out over the lake and have to go out and kayak after it. Freaking thing. Landing. All right, I'll be back in a bit. Eric is flying the Flex Innovation RV something another. That was Don Lowe's, our benefactor out here. He's passed away the other day. I think I discussed this with you.
Volts. Telemetry lost.
Let's go down there and watch that thing take off, shall we?
Well, the lights, they work, but they're not working on the switch. I gotta have to call the van to change.
We'll go take a flight anyway.
Huh?
You're gonna fly it anyway, right?
Yeah, of course.
What are you doing now?
I'm just looking to see.
Oh, if there's something you didn't
plug
hook
it
up.
in and see if what I changed, fixed it.
Okay. Let's see if Eric can get that thing up in the air. 50 days until we leave for Europe. That'll go by fast. Just about got the rig totally polished out. I'll finish it out this week. I really need to detail my truck before it sets. I gotta ask the Chevy people when I put a battery maintainer on there. I have 2 batteries. Do I put a maintainer on both batteries, or will they trickle charge to the other one? We shall see. I've had it a bunch of years, and if I got to cough up, $2 grand to fix it, whatever. Annoying.
Slip the battery back ever so slightly.
I'm going to video you taking off,
Okay.
so don't cuss.
Who, me? I don't know why you would think I would.
Dude cusses. So beautiful. I love getting out before sunup. I was up at 4:30 this morning. In all fairness, I fell asleep last night about 6:30 on the couch. See if I got that. Eric's wanting to make a pilot figure of Don. That's doable. I'm going to tilt my head down. Hopefully I'll be able to get this in. That's a Flex Rev what?
RV8.
RV8. Yeah, I see the...
Where's the wind?
It was coming from behind me a minute ago, but nothing now.
Kind of hard to tell.
Nothing now, but it was coming from our south.
Looks like it's coming from the north over
earlier it was coming from the southwest. Well, the weather, if it comes in, will be coming in from the west. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So that's what $600 looks like. What a beautiful aircraft. I'll probably never own one. Oh, certainly. And yeah, I think about him over the last, since I was out here last time, a lot. What a guy, huh? Well, that thing just wants to be lovely, doesn't it?
It flies so slow. Watch this crap. Hang on. Come back the other direction. See what I'm talking
I like the landing light. Yeah, it doesn't want to stall, does it?
about. Doesn't stall. At least I haven't had it stall.
How does it hover?
That's the only thing I haven't done with it. That's a great question.
Yeah, I'd be scared.
It was Don's and I didn't want to break it. But that's a great question. When it comes back the other way, if I get off to my left, I will give it a shot.
Well, you're more man than I am.
Go up high, so if I get in any trouble.
It just sounds neat, doesn't it? Look at it. Doing what it's designed to do, huh?
Yeah, and that was the first go around. So.
Yeah. Well, what's nice is
on steroids. If the plane just chopped the throttle halfway, check this out. You ready for this? You're not gonna believe it. I'm chopping the throttle now. There's no throttle at all.
yeah, I think what's so cool is it's so big that you can get it up high and teach yourself to hover it. Just beautiful. Hey.
It does skip.
Absolutely beautiful. Back again. It is a point of interest that my oh, I'm so sorry. My puddle star flew just fine. Coming out. Turbo Timber. I think maybe this is V1. This is a freebie. Taking off. Oops, let's make sure I got control surfaces. Yeah, these are the ones that teach you really bad habits. They just don't stall. They're like that Flex RV8 back there. They just don't fucking stall. Oops, that's 2 F words. I wonder what is going on with me. I just about broke myself. Hanging around with people, that's what ends up happening. Turbo Timby. Either way. Didn't you get the memo?
Yeah, that's a bunch of bullshit. They're idiots.
5 minutes.
Eric says, which way you going? They had a policy out here of watching each other and flying a pattern. And then they lifted that policy just recently. So Eric says, which way you going? He says, didn't you get the memo? Fly however we want. Bitch. Don't run into me. He and I had a mid-air out here years ago. It was great. It happened right in front of us, and I have it on video on the Brian B channel. I mean, because if you're going to crash,
4 minutes.
you need to crash on video. Now, what's that thing called?
Aero Scout.
Oh, yeah. I heard of that. You and Charlie like that plane, right? We should be getting rain, if we're going to get rain, about any minute, so we shall see how that goes. What else? Just winding up projects. Finally got the wife a new phone. It turned out just fine. I had to call them up again. I went through setup and it wouldn't let me set it up. But Logan, the last guy I spoke with, was great. Able to get it set up, no problem. And she's happy. She misses the phablet form factor. She's always complained about it. This is the wife. Being too big, and then when she gets the one that's basically it's my phone, S22, hers S23. It's just the brand new version. Basically, she got my same phone and my form factor, and she goes, it is nice being able to hold on to it, but she goes, I wish it was bigger. It's so hilarious how ladies are. Absolutely hilarious.
2 minutes.
God love them. And their whimsy. But yeah, that debacle's over with. They mailed me 2 of them. I don't know if I told you that or not. Canceled my first order because it never shipped. And then they mailed me 2 of them. So I picked the latest one that I ordered, which was S22 in black rather than lavender, and that was a mistake because there's no way to tell the difference between my wife's phone and mine if you're just casually looking at them. Flew this on the water once, and it doesn't have reverse, and it doesn't steer for crap on the water at all. So if I, for whatever reason,
1 minute.
turn this into a water baby again, I will put my, I think I have 1 reversible ESC left. I'll put that on there. Lovely aircraft. And you can't beat the price. A fellow club member just gave it to me. He had posted for $200 or whatever online on our Facebook site.
30 seconds.
No one responded. Landing. Touch and go.
20 seconds.
Hey, were you taking that thing out? You should have let me know.
No, I'm waiting for you.
All right, I'm out of the air.
Going in every direction. I don't want to
10,
crash the plane.
What do you mean going in every direction?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Landing.
2, 1. Timer 1 elapsed.
What do you mean I'm going in every direction? I'll have you know I was consistent.
I don't like this new
Clear. Eric's being a pussy. But what's new? See you.